a tattoo, then your children will come out with tattoos.
As you may have heard, Ms. Kyle and Mr. Morneau are retiring from their science and physical education duties.
I actually came in '73 right out of college, and I taught chemistry, honors chemistry and biology, and returned in '81. And I've been here, 30 years?
I've been here, this is my 36th year at Moreau Catholic High School.
They have seen all of the changes and new faces here at Moreau Catholic for over 30 years. We went around Moreau to find out what the students and faculty felt about our beloved teachers.
When I think of Mrs. Kyle and Mr. Morneau, I think of mentors, and I think of people who have given so much to this school, but really have given me a lot by being people that show the example of what it means to be a mariner and what it means to be good people. Mrs. Kyle, I'll never forget all of her support with the birth of my son and all of the things that she's done in the science department. And Mr. Morneau has always been a good friend out on the golf course and also here at school, bringing the Aloha spirit. But I wish them both the very, very best and just think the world of them. And I know that they'll keep coming back to Moreau because they're just good people and they give a lot to this school. God bless you both.
I've known Mr. Morneau, coach. I've known him over 25 years, close to 28 years. He was my PE teacher, my golf coach, and I can remember him always being a positive influence and teaching me what it means to be a leader. There was one specific time when we were having a practice round for the golf team where after 7 holes I stopped and I went to the range because I was having a bad day, and I went and just practiced at the range. And he pulled me aside later and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, I was having a bad day. I wanted to work on stuff. He says, "You never quit around, ever." And I didn't necessarily understand. And I said, "Well, I'm working on stuff. I want to improve my game." He says, "I know that, you know that, but the rest of the team doesn't know that. They just see you leaving the course." And in talking it through, he made me understand that my role on the team was to take care of my business, but to also understand my role on the team and to be a good leader and set a good example. And it's one of those lessons that has stuck with me for decades. How to be an effective leader, how to be a positive influence, and that's something he's been for me for a long time. I will miss him terribly, but he'll be with me every day that I'm at Moreau.
So I remember I had Mr. Morneau freshman year, freshman PE, and I just remember how fun he made PE for us. I remember all the things he told us, the rules, the pencils. It was all great.
I'm sad that Miss Kyle's leaving because I love her and she's an awesome biology teacher, and I don't want her to leave. It makes me sad, so I love you, Miss Kyle.
Mr. Morneau is truly like an inspiration to me at Moreau. When I first came here, he was one of the nicest people that I'd ever met in my life, and he continues to act that way. It's going to be sad to see him leave, but I'm graduating too, so I ain't going to worry about that too much. But I mean, just like all the great things he's done for Moreau, it's been amazing. And he's a great guy, you know what I mean? It's always aloha with him, so that's just how it goes. I love you, Mr. Morneau.
Miss Kyle, it was so much fun dissecting in your class. I'm really going to miss you.
It's been a two-way street. I've enjoyed the opportunity to be a teacher, a coach, and be an athletic director, and everyday interaction with each and every student and every student athlete has been so very special.
I think being with my students and seeing the changes occur in them. See the light come on from when I get them to when they leave my classroom. After I retire, I plan to spend more time with my husband, who is already retired, and more time with my grandchildren and travel.
My wife and I are going to do a little bit of traveling. We're going to go back and forth to the islands in Hawaii, and then we'll probably try and make a decision about whether or not we're going to move back to Hawaii.
Although Moreau is losing some wonderful teachers, we will always have them in our hearts, and they will always be a part of our Moreau community.
His observation, I think if you take...
This is Anthony Hamilton,
Mendiola,
signing out from MCTV.